All right, joining us this morning in the Main Street Cafe, Elizabeth is back with us from the zoo. Woohoo!
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. You brought a guest with you this morning. You want to introduce him?
I do. I am so excited to have Jim Maddy, who is the president and CEO of the National Association of Zoos and Aquariums.
Welcome to Sioux Falls.
Thank you.
So are you here looking at the Great Plains Zoo and Elbridge Museum?
Absolutely. I spent the entire day yesterday at the zoo. New exhibits. It's a brand new zoo.
So your thoughts, are you liking it?
I'm liking it very much.
Yes, high five. Well, we're pretty doggone proud of our zoo here in Sioux Falls, and particularly of what this young lady has done to the zoo, because you have taken it to a whole new level since you've come to town.
Well, the best part of that was you called me a young lady, so thank you.
Is Sioux Falls unique, Jim, in fact that, we're not a big city, but I think we have a pretty outstanding zoo. Are we unique in that aspect?
You do have an outstanding zoo, and there are not many that can say that with a population base and with an economy of this size, you can maintain such a quality institution. But there's something about the Dakotas and Kansas, sort of this heartland part of the country, that where there's everybody in the country, everybody in the world is fond of zoos, but there's something about this part of the world where there's a little more zoo for your buck, if you will, and we're certainly happy to see that.
What are the numbers at the zoo, Elizabeth, as far as visitors per year?
We now have about 275,000 visitors a year, and that's double what it was just about 9 years ago. In that time, memberships have tripled. We've doubled the animal collection with really not a net increase in exhibits. So we've just made those exhibits much more lush, added mixed species exhibits, and really we're trying to get you to see things like you would see them in the wild.
Did you know Jim was coming to town, or was this a surprise visit?
I did know Jim was coming to
Okay.
town. This is not our accreditation visit, by the way.
It's not.
Next year, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums will be sending a team of 3 experts, a director of another zoo, a veterinarian from another zoo, and probably a curator, the animal person from another zoo. And they will look at every single thing, every facility, every scrap of financial information, board relationships, staff relationships. Really, they take a very hard look at each and every nook and cranny of the zoo.
So, Jim, what part of the Great Plains Zoo and Elbridge Museum really stands out for you?
Well, the first thing that stands out is the new entrance. And as soon as you walk through those gates, you see animals. And that's the way we like to see it done. In this case, Japanese macaques, snow monkeys, the more popular name for them. That is just a fabulous exhibit. And that particular species is one of the best exhibit animals. They're always active. They're always in family groupings. And right now that exhibit is full of little baby macaques. And I hope everybody gets a chance to get out there and see them. This zoo is involved in over 23 endangered species programs, and this is what's fabulous about accreditation. You meet the same standards of animal care, animal welfare, nutrition, veterinary care. You meet the same standards as the Smithsonian National Zoo, as the San Diego Zoo and Wild Animal Park, as the best and most famous, biggest zoological institutions in the world. And because you meet those same standards, you cooperate with all of those institutions. In fact, over 200 zoos and aquariums in North America that are accredited. You cooperate to breed and sustain and prevent the extinction of endangered species. Zoos are more important than they've ever been. It's a good thing. They're more popular than they've ever been because it's a tough world out there for wildlife and for many, many species, for dozens and dozens of species. Zoological institutions are their only hope to prevent extinction.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. How long are you going to be here?
I'm going to be here as long as they'll have me.
Well, again, thanks for stopping by, and thank you, Elizabeth, for what you've done to the Great Plains Zoo and Elbridge Museum. It is really, truly a gem for Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Well, it is a gem because the community supports what we're doing, and we couldn't build this kind of zoo without our community support.
Good deal. Hey, thanks so much. Nice to meet you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chad.